This young boy just lifted the trophy at 19 years old, younger than legends who spent entire careers chasing it. Behind that trophy is a journey that started nowhere close to a stage like this. Let's go back to where it all began.
I've got to ask you about Lamine Yamal, man, because you play a similar sort of role to him.
Yeah.
Also a very young sort of star player.
Yeah.
What do you make of Lamine?
Yeah, he's top, man. Honestly, he's doing what he's doing at his age, you know. What can you say, man? He's unreal.
How hard is it to do that at 17 on a stage like that as well?
It's not how hard, it's not normal. No one does it. I don't think I've seen that level of 17-year-old, so credit to him.
About Musiala, also he had something, you know, but Lamine, the first thing was, wow, this guy is like, how is possible in this age? He's already on this kind of level, you know, and even that he was 16 years old, that's still like, come on, it's impossible to be so good, so, you know, so clever also in this age.
You just, you know, he's Lamine Yamal. Stop comparing him to Messi, and then Messi is going to make his own path. One thing that I would say that is not normal what he does is, forget about, I've seen players young arriving on the scene and scoring goals and skills and whatnot, defending, attacking, is how mature he is.
Lamine Yamal's story begins in 2007 just outside Barcelona. A 16-year-old girl named Sheila gave birth to a baby boy. She and her husband Mounir had come to Spain from different corners of Africa, chasing a dream. But dreams do not pay the rent. Right from the start, money wasn't just tight, it was a crisis. The month their baby was born, they simply didn't have the cash to keep a roof over their heads. In that dark moment, two ordinary family friends stepped forward. They reached into their own pockets and covered the rent. Their names were Lamine and Yamal. Out of pure, deep gratitude, the young parents gave both names to their son, a living reminder of a simple act of human kindness. But the struggles didn't stop there. When the boy was only 3, his parents separated. Suddenly, his childhood was fractured, split into 2 completely different directions. During the week, he lived with his mother in a town called Granollers. To keep things stable, she worked brutal fast food shifts, leaving the house in the freezing cold before the sun ever rose. On the weekends, he stayed with his father in Rocafonda, a harsh, forgotten immigrant neighborhood where half the population lived below the poverty line. There were days when there was no food in the house. Lamine's father had to walk out into the streets looking for discarded items he could gather and sell just to bring home a basic meal. Years later, when wealthy journalists would ask Lamine how he handles the pressure of playing for Barcelona, he would think of his father on those streets. But even in the middle of a fractured childhood, football found him. When Lamine was just 6 months old, his family won a local raffle. The prize? A charity photo shoot inside Camp Nou for UNICEF. A 20-year-old Lionel Messi walked into the room, nervous, holding a plastic tub. He picked up the tiny baby. Click. Photos. Nobody in that room had any idea what that photograph would come to mean. It was a prophecy hidden in a raffle ticket. The greatest player in the world holding the infant who would one day inherit his throne. By the time the boy turned 6, the scouts saw what the streets had taught him. He was brought into La Masia, Barcelona's legendary academy. On those concrete squares in Rocafonda, playing against older, stronger kids, Lamine had learned the ultimate lesson. If you show fear, you don't get to play. So he stopped showing fear. He just smiled. At 15 years old, an age when most kids are worrying about school exams, he walked onto the grass for Barcelona's first team, the youngest player to wear that historic shirt in over a century. Soon after, he became the youngest goal scorer in La Liga history. Then came the summer of Euro 2024, The day after he turned 17, he didn't celebrate with a normal birthday party. Instead, he was named the young player of the tournament as he lifted the European Championship trophy into the sky. Next came the Copa Trophy, then a runner-up for the Ballon d'Or itself. He was climbing the highest peaks of football at an age when most players are still begging for a spot on the bench. Yet, the higher he flew, the tighter he held on to the earth. Every single time the ball hits the back of the net, Lamine runs to the cameras and forms a number with his fingers: 304. It isn't a secret code. It is the last 3 digits of the postal code of Rocafonda, the neighborhood the rest of the world wanted to forget, but the neighborhood he chose to immortalize. The moment he signed his multi-million-dollar contract with Barcelona running through 2031, he didn't buy a sports car. He went back to the neighborhood. He bought a beautiful, secure home for his grandmother, who still lives there today. He made sure his father would never have to search the streets for food again. The little boy who once split his week between 2 struggling, stressed households had become, before his 20s, the shield that protected both of them.
Stop.